Midnight in northwest Tigray. The sky above the strategic border town of Sheraro lights up with catastrophic explosions. For the local residents, the terrifying sound of detonating ordnance isn't just an echo of the past. It is the nightmare they feared would return. Initial reports confirming heavy drone strikes hitting military encampments outside Sheraro have sent shockwaves across East Africa. This isn't an isolated incident. It comes immediately after the Ethiopian military chief issued a final, blunt warning regarding northern border security. Simultaneously, just across the frontier, eyewitnesses report massive, unprecedented Eritrean troop movements mobilizing right up to the border. But the explosions on the ground are only half the story. Behind the scenes, the entire region is fracturing. High-ranking commanders within the Ethiopian National Defense Force are defecting, abandoning their posts at the worst possible time. Meanwhile, in Mekelle, the Tigray interim administration is imploding, hit by a wave of defiance and political standoffs that has left a catastrophic power vacuum. Are we watching the final, fragile remnants of the Pretoria Peace Agreement disintegrate? Is this a localized border skirmish, or is a much larger, multi-nation war quietly unfolding in the Horn of Africa? Tonight, we peel back the military propaganda to uncover the dangerous truth behind the Sheraro border clash. To understand how close the region is to the brink, we have to look exactly where these strikes occur. According to independent regional monitors and local residents, the drone strikes targeted military installations in the areas of Gamalo and Tekamati, located just outside the major hub of Sheraro. The explosions hit at midnight. While official federal sources remain tight-lipped, regional media networks instantly raised the alarm, reporting an unspecified number of casualties among troops stationed in the area. But why Sheraro? Why now? Sheraro isn't just any town. It is the direct tactical gateway to Badme, the flashpoint of the devastating border war between Ethiopia and Eritrea. For nearly 3 decades, this specific stretch of land has been a tinderbox of unmanaged rivalry, disputed colonial maps, and unresolved sovereignty. By launching high-impact drone strikes into this specific sector, the attackers aren't just hitting a physical camp. They are sending an aggressive, undeniable signal. Local communities, traumatized by the brutal conflict that ended in late 2022, are already panic-buying supplies and preparing for the worst. The fear is palpable, and the military signaling on both sides of the border suggests that their fears are entirely justified. As the smoke clears in Sheraro, all eyes have turned to Asmara. Reports from border intelligence indicate that the Eritrean defense forces have shifted out of their defensive postures. We are seeing a massive, coordinated mobilization of Eritrean troops directly facing the northern fronts of Tigray and Amhara. What is driving this sudden aggressiveness from Eritrean President Isaias Afwerki? Investigative analysts point to a shifting, highly secretive political alignment known regionally as the XMDO Alliance. For years, Asmara viewed the Tigray People's Liberation Front as its ultimate existential enemy. But in the volatile theater of East African politics, the enemy of my enemy is my temporary partner. Ever since the Ethiopian federal government began fiercely projecting its desire for sovereign maritime access, openly declaring that landlocked Ethiopia must break through to the Red Sea, by force if necessary, Eritrea has felt intensely cornered. Asmara interprets this rhetoric as a direct threat to its sovereignty and a prelude to an invasion of its ports, like a salve. To prevent an Ethiopian march to the sea, Eritrea's strategic doctrine has completely pivoted. Instead of waiting for an offensive, Asmara is keeping the Ethiopian National Defense Force fundamentally overstretched inside its own borders. By building back-channel understandings with regional forces, ranging from Fano militants in Amhara to dissident factions in Tigray, Eritrea is constructing a defensive ring. By keeping Addis Ababa bogged down in endless domestic counterinsurgencies, Asmara ensures the federal army can never consolidate enough power to look north. But Eritrea's strategy is only working because Ethiopia's internal political structures are facing an unprecedented crisis. Look no further than Mekelle, the capital of the Tigray region. The political architecture built by the 2022 Pretoria Agreement has collapsed. The federal government attempted to extend the mandate of the Tigray Interim Administration, led by Lieutenant General Tatus Werda. In an act of open defiance, the hardline wing of the TPLF completely rejected this extension, unilaterally reinstating their pre-war regional council and claiming executive leadership. The result: absolute administrative paralysis. A sudden wave of mass resignations has swept through regional security and governance bodies, creating a profound power vacuum at the exact moment drone strikes are hitting the border. And it gets worse for the federal government. This political vacuum is deeply infecting the military itself. Investigative reports have confirmed a growing, highly sensitive crisis within the Ethiopian National Defense Force, a wave of high-level military defections. Senior operational commanders, veterans of the northern fronts, have reportedly abandoned their posts. When senior commanders walk away, localized chains of command collapse. To prevent a total breach of the northern border, Addis Ababa has been forced into a frantic, chaotic reorganization, rapidly redeploying federal troops away from critical security operations against Fano in Gajem and Gondar, and rushing them north. The Ethiopian military is being pulled in too many directions at once, and their defensive lines are fraying. This brings us to the ultimate wild card, the dangerous incident that occurred live in the very same sector just hours ago. Reports are swirling across regional intelligence networks that an Ethiopian military drone or aircraft has gone down near the highly volatile border zone of Badme and Sheraro, in a region completely hypervigilant and primed for war. An aircraft coming down in a disputed border zone is an absolute nightmare scenario. Did it experience mechanical failure under the stress of rapid deployment, or was it actively brought down by advanced air defense systems operating across the frontier? While the exact technical cause remains shrouded in military secrecy, the tactical fallout is instantaneous. The moment that aircraft hit the ground, the Eritrean Defense Forces went into an emergency, aggressive defensive posture along the entire northern perimeter. When trust between two nations is completely zero, a single downed aircraft can easily be miscalculated as the opening salvo of an invasion. This live incident has effectively shattered the fragile, quiet understandings that regional diplomatic actors have spent months trying to maintain behind closed doors. When you piece together all the evidence, the truth behind the Sheraro border clash becomes chillingly clear. This is no longer just a localized border dispute over a few kilometers of dirt. The Sheraro clash is the visible symptom of a deeply fractured regional architecture. We are looking at a hyper-complex, multi-layered crisis. On one level, it is an internal Ethiopian struggle for political control and military cohesion. On another level, it is a high-stakes chess match between Addis Ababa and Asmara over sovereignty, regional dominance, and access to the sea. With Sudan's security apparatus playing its own back-channel games, and the Gulf states heavily invested in the balance of power across the Red Sea corridor, the tinderbox is fully packed. Neither side may actively want a total, multi-nation war that would economically devastate the region. But as rhetoric hardens, as commands fracture, and as drones continue to fall out of the sky over places like Sheraro, the danger of a catastrophic miscalculation increases by the hour. The match has been struck. The only question left is whether the regional players have the diplomatic will to blow it out before the entire Horn of Africa catches fire. What do you think is the ultimate driving force behind the Sheraro strikes? Will the region manage to pull back from the brink? Or are we witnessing the beginning of a much wider conflict? Let me know your analysis in the comments below. Don't forget to like, Subscribe and turn on notifications to stay completely updated as this investigative report develops. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next update.